Question 1. Underwriting principles. Risk assessment. Which of the following scenarios best demonstrates moral hazard that an underwriter must consider during the underwriting process? A. Homeowner installs sophisticated security system to prevent theft. B. Business owner files fraudulent insurance claim to cover financial losses. C. Driver parks their car in high crime neighborhood without locking the doors. D. Policyholder increases their deductible to reduce premium costs. Answer B. Explanation. A moral hazard refers to the risk that a policyholder may act dishonestly or irresponsibly because they have insurance coverage. Filing a fraudulent insurance claim, option B, is a clear example of moral hazard, as the insured is attempting to manipulate the policy for financial gain. Option A reflects risk reduction by mitigating potential loss through a security system. Option C demonstrates moral hazard, which occurs when the insured becomes careless due to having insurance. Option D relates to premium management and has no connection to moral hazard. Relevant guideline. Underwriters must distinguish between moral and moral hazards to assess risk accurately. Moral hazards pose a higher risk to insurers and may result in policy denial or premium adjustment. Question 2. Scenario-based question. Insurance contracts. Mr. Thompson recently purchased whole life insurance policy with waiver of premium rider. Year later, he was severely injured in car accident and can no longer work. He contacts his insurance company to inquire about his policy benefits. Which of the following statements about Mr. Thompson's situation is correct? A. The policy will automatically lapse after 3 missed premium payments. B. The insurance company will cover his premiums for limited time under the waiver of premium rider. C. Mr. Thompson can access the policy's cash value to pay future premiums, but the waiver of premium does not apply. D. The waiver of premium rider applies only if the accident causes total permanent disability and meets specific policy conditions. Answer D. Explanation. The waiver of premium rider typically applies only if the policyholder experiences a total and permanent disability as defined by the policy terms. The insurer will verify the disability to determine if Mr. Thompson qualifies. Option A is incorrect because policies do not automatically lapse without a grace period. Option B is incorrect because the waiver of premium is not automatic and requires qualification. Option C is partially correct but does not address the rider's provisions. Relevant guideline. Michigan regulations require clear policy disclosures on riders, including waiver of premium, and policyholders must meet all conditions for eligibility. Question 3. Claims and adjustments. Role of adjusters. An insurance adjuster is investigating commercial property claim. The business owner claims significant damage to inventory caused by water leakage from burst pipe. Upon inspection, the adjuster discovers that the pipe burst due to negligent maintenance of the plumbing system. Based on standard claims practices, what is the most likely outcome of this claim? A. The claim will be denied because negligent maintenance is considered an exclusion. B. The insurer will partially pay the claim, covering only the inventory damage. C. The claim will be approved in full as the cause of damage was accidental. D. The insurer will require the business owner to fix the plumbing before paying the claim. Answer A. Explanation. Most commercial property insurance policies include exclusions for damage caused by negligence. In this case, the lack of proper maintenance contributed to the loss, which is typically not covered under standard policies. Option B is incorrect because insurers generally exclude coverage for negligence-related losses. Option C is incorrect because the insurer distinguishes between accidental damage and negligence. Option D is incorrect because repairs do not affect coverage for prior negligence. Relevant guideline. According to Michigan Insurance Code, policy exclusions must be clearly stated in the insurance contract. Negligence is often listed as an exclusion to prevent insureds from ignoring maintenance responsibilities. Question 4. Regulatory environment. Michigan Insurance Code. Which of the following actions would be considered an unfair trade practice under the Michigan Insurance Code? A. Refusing to underwrite policy due to the applicant's poor credit history. B. Offering new customer better rate than an existing customer with the same risk profile. C. Failing to pay legitimate claim within reasonable time after receiving proof of loss. D. Using gender as factor in determining life insurance premiums. Answer C. Explanation. Under the Michigan Insurance Code, failing to settle claims promptly is considered an unfair claims practice. Insurers must pay valid claims within a reasonable time after receiving all required documentation. Option A is allowed, as credit history can be used in underwriting under Michigan law. Option B is not explicitly prohibited but could be seen as discriminatory under certain circumstances. Option D is incorrect because using gender in premium calculations is legal in life insurance underwriting in Michigan. Relevant guideline: Michigan law enforces fair claims settlement practices to protect consumers and ensure claims are processed promptly and fairly. Question 5. Premiums and rating. Rate-making process. Which factor would not typically be used by an underwriter when determining an insurance premium for homeowners policy? A. The property's location and crime rate. B. The applicant's marital status. C. The age and condition of the property. D. The applicant's prior claims history. Answer: B. Explanation. An applicant's marital status is generally not a factor used in underwriting homeowners insurance. Factors such as location, property condition, and prior claims history are key considerations. Option A is relevant because properties in high crime areas may carry higher risks. Option C affects the likelihood of claims, as older properties may have structural issues. Option D is critical, as insurers evaluate loss history to predict future claims behavior. Relevant guideline: per Michigan insurance regulations, underwriting criteria must be based on relevant risk factors. Unrelated personal characteristics like marital status are generally not used in property underwriting. Question 6. Scenario-based. Specialized insurance coverages. MS Barnes owns small boutique store in Michigan. She recently expanded her business by opening new location in neighboring town. The new location is in an area prone to flooding, which she was unaware of when purchasing the property. MS Barnes is concerned about her insurance coverage and contacts her insurer to inquire about flood insurance. What advice should her insurer provide? A. Flood damage is covered under her standard commercial property policy, so no additional coverage is necessary. B. Flood insurance must be purchased separately through federal program like the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP. C. She should purchase water damage endorsement for her policy to cover flood damage. D. Flood insurance is only available to businesses in designated flood zones. Answer: B. Explanation. Flood insurance is not covered under standard commercial property policies. In the U.S., flood insurance is typically obtained through the National Flood Insurance Program, NFIP, or private insurers. Option A is incorrect because standard policies do not cover floods. Option C is misleading because water damage endorsements cover specific types of water damage, but not floods. Option D is false, as flood insurance is available to any property owner, though rates vary by risk zone. Relevant guideline: the NFIP, established by the National Flood Insurance Act of 1968, provides flood coverage to property owners in participating communities. Question 7. Risk management and loss prevention. Loss prevention strategies. Which of the following is an example of risk retention as loss prevention strategy? A. Purchasing high deductible insurance policy to reduce premium costs. B. Installing sprinkler system in commercial building. C. Transferring liability risk to third-party contractor. D. Avoiding risky activities to prevent potential losses. Answer A. Explanation. Risk retention occurs when a policyholder accepts responsibility for a portion of the risk, often by increasing deductibles or self-insuring smaller risks. Option B is risk reduction, aimed at preventing or minimizing loss. Option C is risk transfer, where liability is shifted to another party. Option D is risk avoidance, which involves eliminating risky activities altogether. Relevant guideline: insurance professionals must understand the different risk management strategies, such as retention, transfer, reduction, and avoidance, to advise clients appropriately. Question 8. Claims and adjustments. Dispute resolution. Which method of dispute resolution involves neutral third party who reviews the evidence and makes binding decision on claim dispute? A. Mediation. B. Arbitration. C. Appraisal. D. Litigation. Answer B. Explanation. In arbitration, a neutral third party, the arbitrator, hears both sides of the dispute and makes a binding decision. This is often used as an alternative to court litigation in insurance claim disputes. Option A is incorrect because mediation involves a neutral party facilitating negotiations, but the decision is not binding. Option C is incorrect because appraisal is used to determine the value of the loss, not resolve disputes. Option D refers to litigation, which involves taking the case to court and is often a last resort. Relevant guideline: Michigan insurers often use arbitration clauses to settle claim disputes outside of court, reducing costs and time. Question 9. Types of insurance policies. Health insurance. Which of the following health insurance policies provides fixed daily benefits for hospital stays and other specific medical services regardless of the actual cost of care? A. Major medical insurance. B. Disability income insurance. C. Hospital indemnity insurance. D. Long-term care insurance. Answer: See explanation. Hospital indemnity insurance provides fixed daily benefits for hospital stays, regardless of the actual medical expenses incurred. It helps policyholders cover out-of-pocket costs or supplement other coverage. Option A covers comprehensive medical expenses but not fixed daily benefits. Option B provides income replacement if the insured becomes disabled. Option D covers long-term care expenses but is different from indemnity policies. Relevant guideline. Michigan insurance regulations require clear policy disclosures to ensure consumers understand indemnity policies and their limitations. Question 10. Policy provisions. Property insurance. Under standard homeowners insurance policy, which type of property is typically excluded from coverage? A. Jewelry up to specified limit. B. Personal vehicles used for commuting. C. Furniture and appliances. D. Clothing and personal items. Answer: B. Explanation. Personal vehicles are not covered under a standard homeowners policy. Coverage for vehicles typically falls under an auto insurance policy. Question 11. Insurance basics. Perils and hazards. Which of the following is considered moral hazard in insurance? A. An insured failing to repair faulty wiring. B. An insured inflating the value of stolen item. C. House located in flood zone. D. Factory storing flammable chemicals. Answer: B. Explanation. A moral hazard arises from an insured's behavior such as dishonesty or fraud that increases the risk of claim. Question 12. Types of life insurance. Term policies. Which feature distinguishes term life insurance from whole life insurance? A. Builds cash value over time. B. Coverage lasts for specific period. C. Premiums are adjustable based on market performance. D. Offers policyholder dividends. Answer: B. Explanation. Term life insurance provides coverage for a set term without building cash value. Question 13. Auto insurance. No-fault coverage. Under Michigan's no-fault auto insurance law, what type of damages are typically not recoverable from another driver? A. Medical expenses. B. Lost wages. C. Property damage. D. Pain and suffering. Answer: D. Explanation. Michigan's no-fault system limits lawsuits for pain and suffering, except in cases of serious injury or death. Question 14. Policy underwriting. Risk assessment. What is the primary purpose of conducting loss history report during underwriting? A. To determine policy premiums. B. To assess an applicant's creditworthiness. C. To evaluate the financial stability of the insurer. D. To ensure compliance with state regulations. Answer: A. Explanation. A loss history report provides information about previous claims, helping insurers determine appropriate premiums. Question 15. Workers' compensation. Employer obligations in Michigan. Which employer is exempt from providing workers' compensation coverage? A. Business with fewer than 3 employees. B. Corporation employing family members only. C. Non-profit organization with part-time staff. D. Sole proprietorship with no employees. Answer: D. Explanation. Sole proprietors without employees are generally exempt from workers' compensation requirements in Michigan. Question 16. Commercial insurance. Business income coverage. What does business income insurance typically cover? A. Loss of inventory due to theft. B. Lost income during period of business interruption. C. Employee injuries occurring on the job. D. Legal fees from liability claims. Answer: B. Explanation. Business income insurance compensates for lost revenue when operations are interrupted due to a covered loss. Question 17. Claims handling. Insurer obligations. What is the purpose of the proof of loss document in an insurance claim? A. To initiate the claims process. B. To verify the insured's identity. C. To provide detailed evidence of the loss. D. To determine the cause of the loss. Answer: C. Explanation. A proof of loss outlines the extent and details of the claim, helping the insurer assess the amount to be paid. Question 18. Health insurance. Cobra. What does Cobra provide to employees? A. Free healthcare coverage after employment ends. B. Continued health insurance at group rates. C. Subsidized premiums for low-income workers. D. Additional coverage for pre-existing conditions. Answer B. Explanation. Cobra allows employees to continue their group health insurance after leaving a job, though they must pay the full premium. Question 19. Legal concepts. Subrogation, which best describes the principle of subrogation in insurance. A. An insurer steps into the shoes of the insured to recover damages. B. The transfer of policyholders' rights to third parties. C. Provision that prevents duplicate coverage. D. Policyholders' responsibility to minimize losses. Answer A. Explanation. Subrogation allows the insurer to recover costs from third party responsible for the loss. Question 20. Auto insurance coverage types. Which type of auto insurance coverage pays for damage to your vehicle caused by collision regardless of fault? A. Liability coverage. B. Collision coverage. C. Comprehensive coverage. D. Uninsured motorist coverage. Answer B. Explanation. Collision coverage pays for repairs to your vehicle after a collision regardless of who caused the accident. Question 21. Legal requirements. Insurance licensing, which is requirement for obtaining an insurance license in Michigan. A. Bachelor's degree in finance. B. Passing pre-licensing education course. C. Having prior experience in sales. D. Completion of state-mandated internship. Answer B. Explanation. Michigan requires candidates to complete a pre-licensing course and pass a licensing exam. Question 22. Health insurance. Managed care. Which managed care plan requires primary care physician PCP referral to C specialist? A. ATMO, EPO. C. POS. D. EPO. Answer A. Explanation. An HMO plan typically requires members to get referrals from AE before seeing specialists. Question 23. Commercial insurance. Inland marine coverage. What type of risk is typically covered under an inland marine insurance policy? A. Cargo shipped by ocean vessels. B. Merchandise damaged in transit by truck. C. Structural damage to commercial buildings. D. Business interruption losses. Answer B. Explanation. Inland marine insurance covers property in transit, such as merchandise transported by truck or train. Question 24. Ethics. Agent responsibilities. Which of the following is considered an unethical practice for an insurance agent? A. Recommending coverage that meets clients' needs. B. Providing accurate policy information. C. Misrepresenting policy terms to secure sale. D. Informing client of policy exclusions. Answer C. Explanation. Misrepresenting policy terms violates ethical standards and can lead to legal penalties. Question 25. Homeowners insurance. Additional living expenses. What does the additional living expenses L coverage in homeowners policy pay for? A. Replacing personal belongings. B. Repairs to the dwelling. C. Temporary housing costs during repairs. D. Medical bills for injuries on the property. Answer C. Explanation. L. Coverage pays for costs like hotel stays and meals if the insured home is uninhabitable due to a covered loss. Question 26. Insurance contracts. Characteristics of insurance contracts. Which characteristic of an insurance contract makes it binding only on the insurer once the premium is paid by the policyholder? A. Aleatory. B. Adhesion. C. Unilateral. D. Condition. Answer C. Explanation. An insurance contract is unilateral, meaning only the insurer makes an enforceable promise. Once the insured pays the premium, the insurer must fulfill its obligations, such as paying claims, but the insured has no continuing obligation to pay future premiums beyond the agreed terms. Aleatory refers to the unequal exchange of value in a contract. Adhesion means the contract is offered on a take it or leave it basis with no room for negotiation. Conditional refers to the fact that certain conditions must be met for the policy to remain in force. Question 27. Scenario-based question. Claims process and dispute resolution. David owns commercial property in Michigan that suffers significant fire damage. His insurer offers him lower settlement amount than he believes is fair. David feels that the settlement amount is not enough to cover the loss. What is David's best course of action to resolve this dispute under standard insurance practices? A. Accept the settlement amount and file complaint. with the Michigan Insurance Department. B. File lawsuit against the insurer to demand higher settlement. C. Request an appraisal to determine the actual value of the loss. D. Cancel his policy and seek coverage from different insurer. Answer. C. Explanation. Most commercial property policies include an appraisal clause to resolve disputes about the value of a loss. In this process, both the insurer and the insured hire appraisers to evaluate the damage and agree on a fair settlement amount. This method is faster and less costly than litigation. Filing a complaint with the state may be an option, but it won't directly resolve the settlement amount. Lawsuits are typically a last resort. To time and costs involved, cancelling the policy won't address the immediate issue of the current claim. Question 28. Regulatory environment. Privacy laws. Which of the following federal laws requires insurers to disclose their privacy policies to customers and protects consumers' non-public personal information? A. Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA. B. Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA. C. Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, GBA. D. Terrorism Risk Insurance Act, TRIA. Answer. C. Explanation. The Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, GBA, requires financial institutions, including insurers, to provide privacy notices to their customers and outline how they handle consumers' non-public personal information (NPI). It also gives consumers the right to opt out of certain disclosures of their personal information. The IFRA regulates the use of consumer credit reports. HIPAA applies to health information privacy. TRIA deals terrorism risk insurance for commercial properties. Question 29. Premiums and racing. Factors affecting premiums. Which of the following would likely result in lower premium for personal auto insurance policy in Michigan? A. Insuring vehicle used for business purposes. B. Adding collision and comprehensive coverage. C. Increasing the policy deductible. D. Moving to an urban area with high traffic density. Answer. C. Explanation. Increasing the deductible shifts more of the risk to the policyholder, which lowers the premium because the insurer has less exposure to small claims. Business use typically increases premiums due to higher risk. Adding collision and comprehensive coverage will increase the premium because it offers more protection. Urban areas generally have higher premiums due to higher traffic density and increased risk of accidents. Question 30. Health insurance. Medicare supplement policies. Which of the following statements is true about Medicare supplement, Medigap policies? A. They cover long-term care expenses. B. They are sold by private insurers and cover out-of-pocket costs not paid by Medicare. C. They replace the need for Medicare Part and Part B. D. They are available to individuals under 65 without any restrictions. Answer. B. Explanation. Medicare supplement, Medigap policies are sold by private insurers to cover out-of-pocket costs such as deductibles, coinsurance, and copayments that are not covered by original Medicare. Part and Part B. Medigap policies do not cover long-term care expenses. They do not replace Medicare Part and Part B but work alongside it. In most states, individuals under 65 are only eligible Medigap policies if they have certain disabilities or conditions such as end-stage renal disease,